Glory be to God. It's November 15th, 2023. I wanted to put this video out before you continue to watch the video that you're watching right now. The videos that you're about to witness is past videos that I'm just now releasing to everyone. This was part of my purpose, part of God's will, to expose the enemy, because that's what the Bible tells us to do, to expose the enemy. This is a learning video. The videos that I put out is not to disrespect my wife. It's not to embarrass her, because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. I've been through this journey of spiritual warfare for a reason. And I hope everybody looks at these videos with a spiritual eye and a spiritual mind. And if you don't know the Word of God, get into it, read it, have a better understanding, and then come back and look at these videos. My videos, they all will have dates on the videos, so you can watch them in order. It's a reason why you have to watch them in order. You're going to see me grow in these videos. You're going to see how God maneuvered and changed things in my life in these videos. These videos is for everybody out there that may be going through the same thing I'm going through, but don't have no answers. Well, in these videos, I'm going to show you what spiritual warfare looks like. I'm going to show you how to fight and know the strategies of the enemy, like the Bible tells us. Why they do what they do. Trust me, I searched all over YouTube for the last 8 years, and I haven't came across nobody that's really had video evidence of demonic demons controlling people that they love, or somebody explaining through their experience on live of what just took place and why it's happening. I need y'all to go back and watch my testimony series so you can have a better understanding of who I am, and watch these videos in order. I will put the dates on them, and my thumbnails will be color coordinated for the years from the time I started until today, and what changed and how did it change, because it's different type of demons that control, and they all do something different, and I'm gonna break every single one of them down on how they do and what you have to do to fight it based off God's word. I thank y'all. I love y'all. And just know I did this for y'all. I did this for y'all. I love y'all. I don't even know y'all, but I love y'all. I love it. I love each and every one of y'all, because this was bigger than me. It was bigger than me. It was bigger than my wife. It was for y'all. This is what God wanted me to do. Enjoy the video. Glory be to God. It is June 16th, 2026. I hate that I have to make this video because it's just a repeat performance from the enemy attacking me through my co-workers at work. So last week, shop steward requested to speak with me. And I'm like, for what? Like, what's going on? You know, did I do something wrong? I'm like, no, we just need to speak. So, you know, and I think this happened like on a Wednesday last week. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever. So I go down there. Couldn't speak with her on that Wednesday night. Thursday, I'm like, if they want to speak with me, they'll come to me and let me know. Thursday come, nobody don't speak to me. Friday, I don't attend work. Yesterday, which is Monday, I finally speak with the shop steward. And I'm trying to, this whole time I'm thinking to myself, like, what could this be? Because I go to work, I don't bother nobody, I do my job. You know, I already got to, you know, stay on high alert, you know, because I know the enemy's always looking to try to attack me or hit me with some type of allegations and stuff that was never said or stuff that was, you know, never happened. And if you've been following my videos, you pretty much would have got every spiritual attack that done happen at work. Remember, the enemy can't not attack me through my wife. He can only use, you know, my son. But when it comes to my son, it's just him calling and calling and calling and calling and calling, you know. But at work, it's always some type of accusations that never happened or it just don't make sense. So I go to the shop steward, sit down in the office, and she tells me it was a statement written by two co-workers that help out in Express. And let me give you a little insight. So we get some co-workers that come in at 4 o'clock and they supposed to help us, you know, sort the mail. But me and another person will scan the mail and then we'll toss the mail into totes, right? Highs, mids, lows, you know, depending on where they're going in the US, because I do express mail. This same routine been going on for years, longer than what I done been there. This same, you know, we dump the mail in a hamper, you know, that done came in on the trucks. We dump them in the hamper. We take it from the hamper, we scan it, and we toss it into these totes or other hampers, depending on the mail. What they do, the helpers, they come and grab the mail out of the totes. But we're constantly scanning and tossing this mail into these totes. And, you know, they're nothing but flats or small little boxes, you know, bags, small little, you know, bags that you would get like from Amazon or, you know, like, you know, anywhere that you're, you know, like little clothing bags or whatever. And I done had people scan, you know, when I used to, before I was in there, you know, I would come and help and people would be scanning and they'll toss it. And sometimes these little bags or flats will hit your hand while you're grabbing up most of the mail out of these totes to go separate it. This has been going on for years. With that said, this is what the statement that they put. Now, I look at everything from the spiritual sense, and I'm, when I'm being called in here, I'm already knowing this. I already know this got something to do with the enemy. They said that I almost hit them with these when I'm tossing the mail. Almost not. I didn't hit them, but I almost hit them because I'm tossing the mail into these totes. Something that we've been doing for years. Management done seen us do this. This is standard routine that we've been doing for years. And remember what I just said. I'm not the only one that's tossing mail that was just scanned into these totes. I'm not the only one. But I'm the only one that's been brought into this office and the statement is against, not the other person. So I guess the other person, when they scan, they're not even coming close to hitting somebody, when they tossing the mail in there. It's just me. So I already said, okay, that ain't nothing but the enemy. This is some bull. And it's two girls that done had statements against me once before on, Rashad is not working. My name always get brought up, but I'm the only one that be working the hardest, and everybody see that I work, but my name is always being dragged through the mud like I'm just some type of menace, and, I'm over here hurting females, pushing hampers into them. Last time I went through something like this, it was with the co-workers that I work with. One was talking to me crazy. The other one said that I pushed a hamper into her. And, I told them to run the cameras. Cameras came back, after they isolated me from out of my assigned area for like a week and a half. Cameras came back showing that what her statement was never took place, never happened. They said, Rashad, we didn't even see you push a hamper her way. Exactly, because this is what I'm telling you. And when I be trying to tell people that this is a spiritual attack, I come across like I'm crazy or I'm the overly godly, man that just, everything's spiritual and, you don't do anything wrong. Everything's spiritual. But people, if y'all don't start believing what God done spoke about in this Bible, when it says that the enemy prowls around looking for someone to devour, that's what he means. This is what God means by putting on your suit of armor daily. Because it's frustrating that I got to go through, stuff like this. Like I said, the statement said he almost hit me. Not that I actually hit them tossing this mail in these totes, which is what I'm supposed to be doing. It almost hit them. Almost hit them. But I'm just doing my regular job, which I've been taught to do by the post office, by people that worked there before me on this is how we separate the mail. So now I got to be prepared to talk to my supervisor, and they pull me in to have a discussion about the incident that never really took place, but I'm being accused of doing something that I did not do. Once again, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. All these spiritual attacks, they're frustrating because I never get in trouble. I just get talked to like I done did something wrong, when I actually is telling the truth and I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. But these are spiritual attacks, but it looks like, when they add it all up, one time it was, I'm walking down the aisle and I'm looking, just seeing who's working at these machines. And a girl said, he was mugging me. I didn't even know the girl. Why would I be mugging you? When you mug somebody, y'all got to have some type of history. Something must have took place for that person to be looking at you in a mad way. What did we argue about? Did I say anything to this woman? Why would I just randomly just mean mug somebody that I don't even know and we haven't even had a confrontation? But when I bring this up to management, I'm like, y'all need to really be thinking about what's being said and how it's being said. But I guess they got to do their job and they got to, do the proper channels. But it comes across like Rashad is just out here being a menace. And I knew it was some spiritual stuff going on because my supervisor, who I don't talk to, I used to talk to him, I don't talk to him no more. He came back there complaining about some music and pretty much came at me like I did something wrong with the music. But he done came back there a couple times and when the music was not played, and if it was not from my speaker, and he'll come back there and say, hey, they were complaining about the music a little bit too loud. Can y'all turn it down? This particular time, he wants to have a whole-blown conversation with me. All I did was turn off the music and put my speaker box up. But he wants to have a whole-blown conversation with me. But the same thing just took place last week or the week before. Last week, he came in there, girl played her music. He just came in there and said, hey, can y'all turn the music down? But he didn't want to have no full-blown conversation with her. It's like, this is the stuff that I noticed. And I'm just being like, oh, the rules is different with me, but it ain't with everybody else. Because like I said, why am I being brought in to give a statement when it's another person that's also tossing mail? They're nowhere to be involved. It's just me because the statement was against me. So I guess when the other person is tossing the mail, she's, they're not reaching in when she's tossing the mail, but they're reaching in when I'm tossing the mail. But we're scanning and tossing at the same time. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. Like I said, I can't wait till God takes me from this post office and have me go travel and do all this kingdom work that I'm supposed to do, because I'm just tired. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of being accused of things that I did not do, silly arguments, or I'm just tired of being accused of stuff that never takes place. Remember, my wife said I beat her up. I hit her in the mouth. Case was dismissed. Why? Because I never hit my wife. Never hit her. These accusations that I constantly get, are the enemies twisting somebody's mind to make them believe that I done did something to them. When it comes to my youngest son, he believes him being raped, him being this, is all my fault. When he made his own decisions. When I never put my son out, never kicked him out, just told him, hey, I just want you to work. That's all I want you to do. It's coming to an end. I just had to make this video. I ain't gonna keep it going. I love y'all. I'm out.